So how do we pronounce your name? Is it Nahuel?
Nahuel.
Nahuel.
Not well.
Whatever you say, that's fine.
Arsehole.
I was going to say, Harry called you an arsehole, so we'll call you arsehole.
I'm used to it. I lost my name long time ago. Since I came here, I've been calling so many different ways. So I'm used to it now.
And you are Argentinian?
Argentinian, yes.
And so when did you move to Australia?
I moved to Australia in 2019.
Right,
2019,
okay.
just before COVID, in February of 2019. I was in Adelaide for 2 years there, and then I moved to Melbourne in 2021.
What brought you to Australia?
Well, I got my brother living in Adelaide, and he made all the contacts with football and stuff, and through Marcelo Carrusca, ex-A-League player, I came to play for West Adelaide in Adelaide, another Greek club. So literally that's why I came to play for them. I was gonna play for a season and then go back home, but I saw the life in here and I decided to stay.
So tell us a bit about your kind of. I don't think we've ever had anyone that's Argentinian on. Like, what was your kind of? What was your footballing upbringing like in Argentina?
In Argentina, well, I did the juniors when I was 13, 14. I moved from home to a different city to play for the juniors in a team that was in the first division at that time. Unfortunately, right now they went down 3 divisions. Okay. They're in the third division. But yeah, at that time I was in the juniors of that team, and we used to play Boca Juniors, River Plate, and all of that. And after a few years of the juniors, I went up to the reserves team. I played there for a year and a half, pretty much. And then I was moved to the first team, which I never made the debut in there, but I was training and stuff. Unfortunately, I never made the debut. And then after that, I got released of my contract. I got a contract with them, and then I got released from my contract. And from there, I went to the third division in Argentina, which is still professional.
Yeah.
Played there for a year and a half. And then I was out of contract as well, and I didn't have many options. So I came here to try to explore what was the football about here. And
Mate, well, can I stop you? Because one thing I learned only recently is how mental is Argentinian leagues, how it's operated.
Man, and right now, every year the leagues change as well.
Mate, it's fucking mental. Have you heard this?
No. Never stable. Like even in the first division, while the league is being played, there are new rules in the league. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I've never seen. It must be the most bizarre setup for a league. Can you? Because Chaz doesn't know. Can you explain to Chaz? Because I want to hear how you explain it to somebody. So Chaz has no idea how the Argentinian league runs. Explain it to him.
Well, first division. Firstly was for the top tier to the fourth division. There were 4 professional leagues. Since probably 4 or 5 years ago, the fourth division became semi-professional.
Yeah.
Now, first division, until last year, we had just 20 teams.
20, okay.
20 teams in the league. Now, there are 26 teams divided in 2 different zones,
Right.
which they play in the zone, but they play one game across.
But is there not one they play against one of the rivals? One game against a rival and one against a random?
So you have your derby is always on the other zone.
Right.
So you play on your zone, but you have one derby game that is across the zone.
So who's
and
the
then
home?
if you finish in the top 6, you go to kind of the playoff,
Right.
and then you have to make the final.
Yeah, hold on, but there's more. Because that's is that the Primavera? Is that the...
Premier, yeah.
Yeah, and what's the other one
Yeah,
called?
and also the league, normally if we look at the A-League or the Premier League, they have the long season. The season in Argentina breaks in 2 different tournaments. So from January to June, July is a tournament, which we call a Apertura, which is the opener.
That's right, Apertura. That's
And then we play from July till December. There is another one that is the closer to finish the year, the finisher. Let's call it. And you can be champion of the first one or the second one, and then you have to play a final with. It's crazy.
But, you know what? But it's not even. There's more to it.
You might end up playing Copa Libertadores.
Yeah.
Without winning many games, like it's just.
And then then also, because the league has been expanded, you don't get relegated based on where you finish. You get relegated on a point average.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
fucking.
yeah. That was a rule that was made like maybe I don't know 30 years ago, because Boca Juniors and River Plate were about to get relegated.
Right. Okay.
Before was like Premier League. You know, you finish last, you go down. So what they did is every game that you win, you is 3 points, right? But that is divided by the games that you play.
Right.
So that gives you an average of the points that you have.
Right. Points per game.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. And that at the end of the tournament or at the end of the year, if you are the team with less points in the average that you're going down. But the rules changed last year as well. So you can go down. One team goes down with the average that I was talking about, and one team goes down because they came last. They came last in the annual ladder.
So that's the points over both the seasons. The opener and the closer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a YouTube channel called Tifo, and it breaks it down. It's like a 60-second video, but they do it with visuals.
Yeah.
But you're watching it just thinking, what the fuck? Like,
That's
it's wild, man.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Even, but like I said, last year, firstly, no one was gonna get relegated for the average, and then halfway through the year they say no, one team will go down. Why the tournament was being played?
Right, they made changes.
Everyone was like, what? Like, it's just crazy. And you know what the most embarrassing thing is? That right now we are the champions of the world. We are the league. Argentina is the champion of the world, right? And we are completely messed.
How did you celebrate when Argentina won the World Cup?
Oh man, I was lucky enough to be in Argentina.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it was crazy. I was gonna go to Qatar, but I think I made the right decision to go back to Argentina, and yeah, at that time I was traveling around Argentina, so I watched pretty much the group stage. I watched it with my family. Then I was traveling around Argentina, so I watched the games, the quarterfinals, semifinals, all of that in different cities.
Yeah.
So that was crazy because each city went mental every game, even if it was Monday, Tuesday, or was a Saturday. Felt like a public holiday.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah, I seen the videos online, obviously, but phenomenal. It was a great video that showed you. It was like a street in Argentina, and it was dead silent, and it was the moment right before they won it, like maybe 10 seconds before they won it.
Yeah.
And you just heard the rumbles of the chairs, and all of a sudden everyone piled out, and it was phenomenal.
You know the funny thing? At the time I had my girlfriend, she was Australian, and we went in Iguazu Falls, which is well known if you went to Argentina. And it was so funny because we went to in a street as well where all the bars were. That was for the semifinals against semifinals or quarterfinals against Netherlands.
Yeah.
That we went to penalties, the draw 2-2 and then the penalties. And it was so funny because the whole street had the bus and we were the only ones that we were on time. All the other bars were with delay. So we were yelling at the goals and all of that, right? And then when we went to extra time and penalties, everyone for the other bars came to where we were. So it was mental.
What a time, man.
Great experience. Like, I think I made the right decision. Of course, going to Qatar and watch it live probably was a good thing, but I think I made the right decision.
Celebrating it with your people in your country is next level.
Yeah, next level.
Aye, brilliant, mate.
Classmate. So looking, obviously you went to Adelaide in 2019. What was there a huge difference in terms of standard for you?
Well, compared to Argentina, or
compared to
Argentina? Yes. Like, of course, the professionalism is a big difference. Like in Argentina, even if you play the most amateur league, you train 5 times a week.
Right.
So
it's crazy. In my country town has a team, a football team, and the boys train like 7 or 8 p.m. At night after work, but they train 5 times a week and they play on the weekends. So that was one of the big difference for me. I wasn't used to it, like training probably three times or 4 times a week. And then here is so much more physical. It's more physical rather than tactical. And maybe in Argentina you stop the ball a bit more, like you create more of the gameplay. You move the ball to the side a bit more.
Yeah.
Here I found that it's literally
direct,
up and back. Like you're attacking, you're defending. It's like that.
Yeah.
Even though that, of course, there are teams that try to play a bit more, of course, but yeah, it's really the difference. The difference I would say is how physical it is here.
Yeah. Okay.
And how do you deal with the physicality? Are you a sort of player who likes the physical side, or are you a typical South American lying on the floor?
I actually had to change my physical a lot.
Yeah,
I was more like a skinny player, quick, fast, and not to a body to body player.
Yeah.
And then since I came here, was really hard to get used to this football as well for me. I had to change. I went to the gym so much more. I had to grow my muscle mass and all of that. And yeah, I changed a little bit my way of playing. From probably doing that. I was more a player of stopping the ball, looking for that pass, playing the pass.
Yep.
To now trying to do that, but running, make sure I'm running as well. Otherwise, I'm not going to be playing.
Yeah. Brilliant, mate. That's brilliant. And then obviously from Adelaide, what made you then move from Adelaide over to Melbourne?
Yeah, well, look, I was at that time, before I moved to Melbourne, I was in a trial with Central Coast Mariners.
Oh, okay.
Which I was so close to get my A-League contract. Unfortunately, like the what they say to me was a business decision, not a football decision. Because of course I'm an international player with no big CV, you know, which was really frustrated. But at that time, I received calls from South Melbourne, Green Gully, and Dandenong Thunder.
Yep.
And I asked a little bit about the league, how the league was and stuff like that. And my idea was to keep pushing for that A-League contract. So I was like, okay, if I got something there in front of me, I'm gonna take it. And yeah, pretty much that was why I made the decision to move to Melbourne.
And what's the the biggest difference between the leagues in Adelaide and Melbourne?
I will say in Melbourne, the football community is really competitive, really competitive. Don't get me wrong, in Adelaide as well. But in like when I moved to Melbourne, I was surrounded by people that just talk about football and football. They were caring about how you were recovering, how you were training, and all of that. While in Adelaide was more like, okay, you can't train. Yeah, we make sure you're doing the right thing while you're training. But after that, nothing after that. Like there wasn't much professionalism.
Yeah.
It's Melbourne. I found that like even that they not professional, the clubs are really professional.
Yeah.
And this is your second year at Melbourne?
In Melbourne now?
Yeah, or your third? So how long have you been at South Melbourne?
South Melbourne. Sorry, yeah, South Melbourne. Yeah, it's my second year. Yeah. Sorry.
Your second year.
Yeah.
So obviously, looking at the this season, it was a bit of a tough start to the season for you. What do you put that down to? Like, obviously, you were there the year before, and then you've come into this season. Everyone was shocked by how you started. What do you think were the reasons for it?
The reasons of the bad start, I guess, like there were so many things together that unfortunately the year before there were things that were not right as well, but other things were working. So we covered that with winning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And this year, like we go bad results one behind the other, and I think all the bad things come up and we couldn't stop it. Personally, like I had a big injury this year, and the round 5th, I stopped playing until like round 17, I think it was.
Right. What happened to you?
Yeah, I did the tendon of my groin, so it was a big injury. But in terms of that, like there's been a long process as well with the last coach, and I think most of the boys been through that for a long time. The ex-coach is a coach that demands a lot because his quality is up there as well. So I think the boys just were a bit like, I would say, tired of being pushed every day.
Yep.
And unfortunately results didn't follow us either. So it was a mix of all of that.
And there was a new coach that came in, and how did you boys find the adjustment period to get the new coach in? Sorry,
say cut up.
Oh, sorry. How did you boys find when the new coach came in? How did you boys find the adjustment to the new coach?
Yeah, well, was a big difference. Was a big difference in terms of the coach before keep us on the toes all the time. Like there were things that even before training we had to do and stuff like that. And if you didn't do it, like that was noticed. Like you were gonna be told for that. And with this new coach, he kind of allowed us to make mistakes. He said like play more freely. Like if we make mistakes, it's my fault, and he allows us to play a bit more without pressure, you know. And then I think the first few weeks we all were like, can we actually do this? Because we've been in a bad run, and this new coach came with a different idea, and we were like, are we sure that we can do it? And then results start like we went. It started getting positive results one behind the other. We start believing, and then until two weeks ago, I would say we were thinking about making finals. So was a great turnover.
Yeah, and then obviously you had the Doherty Cup success. How was that?
Look, Doherty Cup again, same thing. We went game by game, and we were like, can we actually do it? most of the boys that we were last year, we won it last year as well. So we were this year in A as well. And again, was that kind of, we were not sure if we were capable to do it again. And we were going game by game. Again, the coach played a big role as well, giving us a lot of like freedom to make mistakes and all of that. And yeah, crazy that we got to a final. And when we got to the final, we knew that we were going to win it, because in the whole process of the season, where we went from really bad results to getting positive results, we became so resilient. We got really strong as a group as well. Every time that we started losing a game, we were so calm, because we knew that we could turn it around, and we actually did that in a few games. So literally, when we got to the final, we were pretty much, I wouldn't say 100%, but 95% sure that we were going to win it.
Yes, it's been a funny year for South Melbourne, because from us over in Sydney, looking across, naturally we were looking at South Melbourne with the championship coming up, going, fuck, they're not doing too well, you were losing points, etc. But then we had South Melbourne out of our head in terms of winning the championship, winning the title, because of where you were on the ladder. And we're looking more at Heidelberg and all the rest of it. And then we got to about last week talking to Harry, and obviously you boys had just won the Doherty Cup. That night you were playing in the Australia Cup, and then you were sitting like 9th or 8th, and like, fuck, you've got silverware, which is one of the hardest things to do in football. You are still in the Australia Cup, so as a group, it's brilliant to be part of that. Obviously, you've got a championship to look forward to, and you finish mid-table. Obviously, not where you want to be, but not the worst season considering where you started. Naturally, South Melbourne, big club, high expectations, but I think as a group, it's turned out okay. You've ended up with a trophy, which is always a big thing for the club.
Yeah. I guess, of course, that is another thing that the prior coach put in the head, that this club has to be always on the top. I think everyone understands that, and everyone has that on the mind. So that's why I said until 2 weeks ago we were thinking about finals, because we were so sure that if we got a few more points, we were going to make it. And if we make finals, because like I said before, like we all the process going from the bad to the goods, how strong we are, was going to be really difficult to play against us. Okay, so that's something that we turn around, and then getting all of that in the process, and if you look, like when we were in round 10, everyone was saying that we were going to get relegated.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's because you were playing, though. That's because you were playing.
No, it wasn't. We were gonna get relegated, and then like you say, like we didn't. Of course, we will always want to be up there, but we know we didn't get relegated. We got silverware. We qualified to the the Australian Cup, which we won the round 32, and then we did a decent game against A-League team as well. So it's a lot of things to be proud of, and it's a learning curve as well. That going into the championship, I think whatever happening at the beginning of the year will be so important for the Australian Championship.
So the championship's obviously just round the corner. How are the club preparing for it? Are you boys all excited?
Yeah. Of course, now this Saturday we playing the last NPL game because we didn't make finals, so we're gonna have 2 weeks off because we started in November last year, so we're gonna have 2 weeks off, and then after that it's gonna be a mini pre-season where we're gonna be playing against Melbourne Victory, Melbourne City, and Western United. Friendlies, and everyone is so excited, and now every mistake that we make during this season, we're making sure that going into the Australian Championship, we're not making those mistakes, because now it's gonna get really serious, right? There is a big prize money, a lot of pride for the players, for the club, for the coach. So it's gonna become so much professional. We're gonna probably go to five days a week in training. We're already training in the mornings, and we're gonna keep training in the mornings.
Oh, you training? So you train? Sorry to interrupt. You train in the mornings? That's when you boys train?
Yeah, we're training in the
What
morning.
time?
We train in the morning. We train 7 a.m. because a few of the boys there, of course, have to go to work after. But it's been working really well.
Yeah, that's good.
It's been working really well. We the whole last year and this year, we've been training in the morning. And yeah, by 8:30 you finish. A few of the boys have to run because they have to go for work. But other players will stay there. We're fortunately that we have facilities to do recovery. If we want to do gym, we have gym there as well. So I think the club is moving in a really, really good direction, especially with the championship coming around the corner.
What about you, mate? Do you just football full time pretty much, or do you do any other work?
Yeah, I'm football, yes, and then I'm in a gym. I'm doing like a fitness group kind of coaching and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
I'm studying as well, so I'm kind of using that as a placement of my studies.
What are you studying? Sports science or something? What are you studying?
No, I'm doing strength and conditioning.
Yeah, okay.
And I did the certificate 3 and 4 before.
Yep, cool.
So I'm in the fitness and training industry, which I love it too. So I'm pretty much, I always say when people ask me, I'm doing things that I love. So playing football, getting paid for that, and doing fitness, getting paid for that. So I can't complain about my life.
No, mate, brilliant. And football as well, superb. Yeah, and look at I'm just looking at obviously the championship ahead for you. Obviously, being so close to that A-League contract with Central Coast, and then the championship gets announced, and it's now this little new league that's sort of on the periphery that might come to something we don't actually know. From a personal standpoint, is this like? Do you feel it's a bit of a chance for you a bit of redemption for you to show you what you can do on a bigger stage, on a national stage?
Yeah, look, if you see me playing, like I try to show every time, because if something that I learned when I was young in Argentina is that you don't know who is watching.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if I have to play 23, so I play the senior team or I play a friendly game. I try to play my best or try as hard as I can, because like I said, you never know who is watching. And yeah, this Australian Championship, I think, is going to be a really good, like, for everyone that is playing to show themselves, and also for the A-League team to understand that it's not just them playing football, you know.
Because I think that you look at Heidelberg last
night we saw
Heidelberg.
We saw last night Heidelberg against Wellington Phoenix, and
yep,
the Heidelberg players were on top of
battled
the A-League players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that should be open the eyes for the A-League teams, that like they actually have resources in the country, rather than going and spend so much money bringing players from overseas, and having the resources in the country that they can be using. So yeah, going to your question, I think not just for me, it's for everyone. It's not my main thing, but it's always something that is in my head.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, that's quality, mate. I think it's Chaz and I, obviously here in Sydney, we're buzzing for it as well. Like, we think it's a massive. We've been here since 2014-15, so we've seen football grow slowly but surely. But there's been so many obstacles along the way. There's always something that pegs it back constantly. Yeah. But I feel I'm hoping now that everyone starts to come on the same page and we can make something come of it. So it should be a brilliant time, I think.
So are we going to speak to you in a few months' time, Nahuel, and you'll tell us that South Melbourne have won the Australian Championship?
Hopefully, when we talk again, we maybe about to play the final.
Oh yeah,
that would be outstanding.
What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you about Greek culture. Obviously, South Melbourne, big Greek club. How's that been for you? Have you been? I mean, the fans in South Melbourne, we're all aware. You get great fans. How has that been for you? Have you loved the culture change? I know you went to a Greek club in Adelaide as well. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You'll be getting your
but
Greek
I
passport
wouldn't-
soon.
I wouldn't compare South Melbourne with any other supporters that I've been in the other clubs that I've been. Look, the good thing about South Melbourne is that when the things are going really bad, really bad.
Tell you.
Like you had the social media, for example, if you go 10, 11 weeks ago and you look at the social media, the comments, everyone were copying comments and no one was safe, you know?
Yeah.
And then when things go well, it's on the other way as well. You know what I mean? Like that's the good thing about, or what I like about South Melbourne, that you have that pressure of, if you're doing bad, okay, you have to turn it around. And if you're doing well, you have the support as well. So the culture is fantastic. Like it's more. I see South Melbourne really similar to an Argentinian club.
Yeah,
that's easy as that. The passion that the supporters have, like what the club means for a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
Even like outside, like in the supermarket, if I talk to someone and I mentioned I play soccer, and they ask, I play for South Melbourne, and they ask, South Melbourne, and they haven't watched a football game in 20 years, but they have the name of South Melbourne on the top of the head, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the culture because of that fire that they have inside of always try to be the best.
Okay, and we've only got a few minutes left. I want to ask about some of the boys in the team. So in the championship, first some safe questions. Lads in the team, who do you think will, other than yourself, who in South Melbourne should we keep an eye out for in the South Melbourne team?
I would say Jordan Lampard.
Yeah.
The our left back.
Yeah.
I think he has A-League level. He's really composed and he's really good with the ball.
Yeah.
Our goalkeeper is great.
Yeah.
Javi Lopez.
Uh-huh.
He's a great goalkeeper, super professional. And then there are so many boys. But I will mention those two. Keep an eye on them, and then you tell me what you think.
Done. All right. What about in the changing room? Who's the best banter in the changing room? Who's the joker?
The joker, Lampard as well.
Oh, really? Aye, he's a main man.
One of the big jokers, and then I'm the one that is always involved in different things. I'm always yelling or singing or doing things or grabbing.
Give us a song.
Give us a song.
Are you going to give us a song?
No.
What about top shag? Who's the top shagger? I'm only joking. You don't have to answer that.
Confidential.
Get the boys in trouble.
Yeah, no, I can't do that for the boys.
Nah, of course, mate. I'm only waiting.
We have a trip coming up next week. We're going for 5 days.
Where to?
The boys, we're going to Bali.
Oh,
wow.
Magic.
End of the season trip, so we're looking forward to it.
You can tell me who top shagger is after that. You can tell me who top shagger is after that.
After that, I'll tell you.
Right, mate, well, we won't keep you too much longer. Thank you for your time, mate. Appreciate it. Best of luck with the championship. Obviously, your first game against Sydney Olympic will be a massive one. Brilliant for Australian football as well, but best of luck, mate. I'm taking you injury-free. Are you injury-free now?
I didn't say again.
Are you injury-free now? You pain-free?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good, mate. Well, look, hopefully you have a successful championship for yourself, but obviously for the club as well, mate.
And we'll try and get down and watch when you are playing in Sydney. That'll be a good
Oh,
game
yeah,
to go to.
definitely. We will be.
Thank you very much. I will wait for you guys to come down for the first game of the Australian Championship. I'll give you a ticket.
We'll be there,
down
mate.
For the
We'll be
10th of October.
10th of October.
Done, mate. Top man, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nahuel.
All the best,
Thank you,
mate.
guys.
Take it easy, mate. Catch you later.